Hey y'all, welcome to Kimberly's Game Plan and
the Kentucky Taste Buds.
So we're here today to show some healthy appetizers and things that we can eat for Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right.
And so we decided to team up together.
Oh, that wasn't even planned.
We decided to team up, and because they're into all things Kentucky and food, and I'm a local gal. I grew up with Tamara, and y'all know Tamara and Lee's story. So anyway, we're going to jump in.
Yep.
I'm going to show you how to take spaghetti squash. Seriously, have you seen a spaghetti squash before?
No, I've seen a squash, but not a spaghetti squash.
Okay, well they're hard as heck, and
What
now
makes it spaghetti?
well, because it's when you cut it open, it's like strings.
Okay.
So you just
Okay.
fork it out like you cook
But a
it.
normal
But I'm going to
squash
show
is not
you.
like that.
No, a normal squash wouldn't be. A normal squash would look like that, but just like yellow or green.
So it's pretty obvious I know nothing about cooking.
Lee's not a cook.
Terrible.
So.
That's all right.
terrible.
You're cute, so it'll be all right. So you're going to look for something like this, but this time of year they're not in season, so they're really hard to find, and so sometimes they're tiny like this, and I would need 2 of these to make this spaghetti squash grilled cheese.
Okay.
So they are awful. Like you can lose digits if you're not careful because they're really hard. But if you will take, well, I don't have it. I usually have a little fork there. If you'll take one of those big old forks and like puncture the skin, okay, put it in your microwave for 5 minutes, just like this. Puncture it so you got holes in it, or you can do it with
Like
a
a
knife
potato.
if you don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put it in that, but a fork won't go through it. Like you need a big piercing, whatever that thing's called.
Okay.
Or do it with a knife. So put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. Take it out of the microwave, and then where you've cut it some, you can slice it open.
Okay.
But I would use a bigger, like you mean business knife, to slice it open.
Yeah.
Okay, slice it open, and then you're gonna run your knife around the inside of it
Okay.
and then take a fork and literally just take the seeds out. And then it's really, you can roast it in the oven, and I like to put just some salt and pepper and garlic powder and a little bit of olive oil, and I just spritz the olive oil so it's not too much. You can put it face down, cut down on a cookie sheet and put it in the oven
Okay.
on 350, or you can just pop it back in the microwave for about 7 minutes and it'll completely roast it.
Okay.
Take it back out, fork it out, and then this is what it looks like. See
Okay.
how
Yeah.
the
Looks
you've
like
got the
shredded
strands.
Stringy.
You've got strands. So
Yeah.
then you have to wring the liquid out. This is the to get it to do this.
Okay.
So I like to put it in a big metal colander, and I'll mash some of the liquid out with my hand, and then I literally put it in a towel, and I'll finish just wringing it out.
Yeah.
To make one of these, I got 2 cups of liquid out.
Oh my.
Wow.
That's how much liquid's in there,
Okay.
and you want to get most of the liquid
And
out.
that's after you cook it.
That's after you cook
Okay.
it. So you're going to scoop out 3 cups of your spaghetti squash. So it would take 2 of these to do that. If it's a big spaghetti squash, normally they're about this big.
Yeah. And it,
Yeah.
usually bulbous at the
Right.
end. Yeah. Okay.
Bulbous. That's our vocabulary word for the
okay.
day.
I know what you mean now.
Yeah.
'Cause that's okay.
You
So
seen them.
we're
Yeah.
going to, after you wring it all out, you just put it in a bowl. You're going to add 2 eggs, 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. I added Italian seasoning to this, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. You mix it all up. I squish it with my hands.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
The hands are the best
You
tools.
can either put it in a skillet and brown it on each side, or I just put it in the baking pan for my air fryer and put it in there. I bake it on one side. After it's browned on that side, I'm gonna flip it over, cook it on the other side. But when I have that liquid, see, I can pick it up, so I can handle it just like
Like a pizza
like
dough.
this, right?
Yeah.
So now that I've done that, I'm just gonna take cheese, and I'm gonna just spread cheese on one side.
And this is more cheese because you said there's Parmesan in
There's
there.
Parmesan in it, but that's all that's
the
in
more
there.
cheese, the better.
So,
Absolutely.
but it's still healthy for
Yeah.
you. Like people that are trying to lose weight, this is a complete meal for them.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna put this back in the air fryer, let it just melt the cheese, and then we'll slice
So
it
you're
up
saying
and
air
try
fryer,
it
but
out.
for those of us that don't
can
have
just
an
throw
air
it in the
fryer,
oven.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can either put it in on a cookie sheet and do it in the oven, or you can put it in your skillet.
Okay.
And do it
And
in
this
your
doesn't
skillet.
stick. You don't
Well, I
have any-
sprayed it.
You sprayed
I
it?
sprayed it
Okay.
with Pam.
Gotcha.
And that's what I would do in the skillet. Some people have tried to do it in a waffle iron,
Yeah.
but it's tricky in a waffle iron.
yeah, I can
You
see
might could do a panini press,
Okay.
Right.
but I've had better luck either in the skillet or putting it on a cookie sheet.
It looks amazing.
And this is
Yeah.
a grilled cheese.
It's a grilled cheese sandwich, so it's a
Minus
great
the bread.
comfort food. When we're feeling icky,
Yeah.
we will, if we've had like tummy issues or you just have a cold and you don't feel good, we'll fix this. You could pair it with soup or a salad, or we'll just have this.
Yeah.
We sometimes make it and fix it like appetizers, and so we will cut it in either in little squares or in strips
Yes.
and snack on it. But it's a good healthy snack.
Okay.
It just takes a little bit of work to get your spaghetti squash
Now,
done.
can you buy spaghetti squash? Like, you have to get it from the squash.
You gotta get that Big Mac. Daddy.
Okay, all right, because I know cauliflower,
Right.
we're gonna talk about it
Yes.
later. Cauliflower you can have in a crust.
Yes.
And buy it already formed.
Yes.
So, and I'm all about
Yeah.
simplicity.
Well, I am too, but
Yeah.
this one you just
but
have
this
to
is
work
gonna be
with.
worth the work.
It is very good.
Yeah.
I think it's really worth the work.
Okay. I'm learning about carbs. Didn't really know much about carbs. I
What are
always
you
thought
learning, Tamara? Tell
I
us.
always thought that breads were carbs, but there's other things that are carbs that aren't necessarily bread. That I
Yes.
didn't know.
Like potatoes.
Yeah. Pretty much anything I like is a
Even
carb.
I knew that.
I didn't know it.
It's
I'm
not
learning.
a fruit, Tamara.
Yeah, no, it's not a fruit. Did you know an avocado is a fruit?
I thought that.
Did you?
Oh,
We melt.
Oh, we
don't
melted
tell
our
anybody.
little-
We melted the tablecloth.
Yeah, don't put hot things on plastic, kids. That should do it.
Kimberly.
On
do it.
fine coverings. Beware.
Plastic. I got all this stuff at Party City today, and that's a fun place to go to get decorations for whatever you're doing.
like your little.
I got these little
Headgear.
Our boingers.
Head
I don't know
baubles.
what they are.
Head
What are they?
baubles.
Head baubles. Of course.
Oh,
they
now
are.
this is looking fantastic.
This looks
Okay.
amazing.
Okay.
Now, do you
So-
serve this with any type of sauce, or it's good to go?
It's good to go. This is not quite as yellow because to get some of the liquid out, I popped it back in, and this was a just a trial. I'd never done it before, an experiment today, but I popped it back in the air fryer, and I put it on the you have a vented sheet that goes in, and I put it on that on a piece of just Reynolds wrap, but for it to pull some of that liquid out, so I didn't have to wring it so
Right.
much. So because of that, it caramelized it a little bit. So that's why.
I think it looks
Awesome.
beautiful.
Otherwise,
That's
it
gonna
can
add
be a
flavor.
really
Yeah.
pretty yellow.
Yeah.
And then if you add your seasonings in, you'll have the bright greens. And if you really like to cook, you like those vibrant colors.
I do
I
too.
think it looks beautiful.
Can I take a bite of this? This is already
Oh
been
yeah,
cooked,
right.
right?
Yeah, give me a
Here.
piece too.
We're gonna try this.
Oh, I wonder what she's gonna
That
do.
is so good.
For real, you like
I
it?
love it.
Oh, good. It really is. So when you've cooked it like that,
Oh,
see how,
I really
look,
like it.
even that whole thing, I can pick that
That's
up
so
just
good.
like a sandwich.
That is delicious.
I will heat that up. They make great leftovers.
Oh.
And you can just throw it in the microwave, or you can put it in the oven to crisp it a little bit if
Sure.
you want to. But I heated this up and I put it in a thermos, and I sent it for Abby's lunch the other day.
Abby.
And so she
Yeah.
came out
Abby
with
said it's good.
a lot of protein, and I'll have that on the recipe, the exact amount of
Love
protein
Okay,
and
good.
the number of carbs, your total calories. You're
Great.
looking at that entire sandwich. If you ate that whole thing, that could be your meal, and you would
Well,
not.
that's
could
what
totally
I
eat
like
that
about
whole
it
thing.
because a lot of healthy things are not filling to me. Like I
Right.
could eat this whole plate and still be hungry.
Right.
But this, it has substance to it.
Yes.
And it makes
And
you
it's
feel like it's a
comfort-
real,
it's
it makes you feel
comfortable.
like bread,
Yeah,
even
like
though
if
it's
you,
not.
a lot
Right.
of us unfortunately are stress eaters, and this is a good thing if we have
I'm
had a
stress
rough
eater.
day.
Yeah.
Like that's comforting.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you just feel bad,
And I had
or
to take
it's
this
cold.
home for this reason.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's why it is worth the trouble. Most of my things I can
That
fix
wasn't
really in
very
20
laborious,
minutes.
though.
No, well you didn't watch me like
Yeah.
squeeze the
Oh.
liquid
That's what my
out.
daughter's for.
That's
So,
right. That's right. Get
it's
your
kinda-
kids
you just-
involved.
Really, I finally have figured that out. We've been through all kinds of things trying to figure out how to do that spaghetti squash because you do have to get the liquid out,
Yeah.
and the consistency isn't this good if you
That's
don't
good.
get all of that liquid out.
Right.
But this really is a keeper.
And there's something else that you cook that you have to get all the liquid out. What is that? Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know.
There's a few
There's
things
something
that you
else.
cook.
Yeah, there's something else that requires that same thing. I've
So
seen
you
it on the
want to
Cooking
drain
Network.
things like before you mash
No,
your
it's like
potatoes?
it's something that I don't know. Anyway, moving along. This is
Maybe, yeah.
delicious. I would eat that
so
all day
good.
long.
So good.
All day long.